Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Home is Where the Dark Is. It's been a catastrophic past 48 hours here in Los Angeles. It's been absolutely insane. It's literally hell on earth here. It's been monumentally destructive, and this has been one of probably the most intense disaster in Los Angeles. There's so many homes have been lost, spread out through multiple areas. And it was January 7th. I remember it was starting to get extremely windy. I was driving through the valley over here in Van Nuys, and I was running some errands, and I noticed, the weather's saying, prepare for high winds. It's the Santa Ana winds. We have to experience these every year, and it's to be expected, but this year it was insane. And I was driving and I noticed some of the street lights, the traffic lights, and the poles are it's extremely thick, massive metal poles that hold up the traffic lights here in the valley, and I've never seen them sway and dip and bob so aggressively ever. And then trees are going crazy, there's shit flying everywhere. So everyone had to be really careful driving, and I was on the freeway as well. It was just absolutely insane. Then we got news of the Palisades fire, all the evacuations, and then we got news of the Eaton fire over in Pasadena, Altadena. And then there's a Hearst fire that jumped over to Sylmar area. And then there was the Sunset fire that went back to the Hollywood Hills area. And then there was a Studio City fire. And now there's another one in the West Hills area. So, and, also it was in Malibu, so many Malibu homes destroyed. So I'm sitting here watching all this unfold, and obviously it's terrifying. It's so sad to see all these families and lose their homes. And fortunately, there's been only 5 deaths. That's still terrible, but it could have been so much worse. The problem, what I'm noticing here, and I don't know if this is just me, but something doesn't really add up to me. I don't know if you're not familiar with Los Angeles. For any of you listening that are out of state, the Palisades, the Pacific Palisades and Pasadena, that's they're 30 miles away from each other. Okay, the Los Angeles is extremely spread out. There's so many cities all spread out multiple miles, and a lot of people are saying, it's probably our electrical wires and falling, and because honestly, that's actually a really weak point of Los Angeles. There's so many power lines just really rickety and old, and even in my area, there's so many power lines that it looks like they could be, I'm surprised they didn't fall. I'm surprised there weren't any issues or fires in the valley, but all this stuff should be underground, but in Los Angeles, it's still, everything is above ground on all these power lines. So a lot of people are saying from all the gusts of winds that the power lines were falling and catching on fire, and the transformers and all this stuff. To me, it's that seems totally possible, but it just seems within a 24-hour period, there was 4 or 5 fires started within a 30-mile radius. And people are saying, oh, another fire popped up here, another fire popped up here. It's really? They're just popping up? The Santa Ana winds, they flew all through California. So there's no fires up in Castaic. There's no fires up in Bakersfield. There's nothing down towards San Diego. It just all seems to be centralized in this greater Los Angeles area. And if you'll notice similarities between a lot of these locations, it's all extremely wealthy areas. Pacific Palisades have from 5 to 10 to $20 million homes. In Malibu, same thing. Going over to Pasadena, and there's extremely expensive homes. So it seems like a lot of these locations, they're targeting extremely wealthy areas. So maybe that's just a coincidence. I don't know. It just, something seems extremely fishy about this to me. So Pacific Palisades, Pasadena, Sylmar, back to Hollywood Hills, Runyon Canyon area. Then it jumps over the mountain to Studio City. Then it goes over to the West Hills area. So it's just madness. And yeah, it's been really scary. It's been quite shocking. And I know a lot of people are really struggling and really scared in a dark, very, very dark place right now. It just seems so sad that here in Los Angeles, you know, we pay so much money in taxes, and, you know, the fact that the fire budget was cut not too long ago, and the fact that we didn't have enough water. There's a lot of reports saying that there wasn't enough water for the firefighters in a lot of these areas, and they're having problems pumping the water up to the locations, and it just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. We were not prepared for this. The city is in complete ruin, and it's going to take years to recover from this. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these people that lost their homes here, they don't rebuild, and they maybe move out of state, or they move elsewhere. And I know a lot of these more wealthy people, like celebrities that lost their home, they have other homes, so they'll probably be taking off. But for the people that do decide to rebuild, I really hope the city steps up and issues those permits as soon as possible, because everyone in LA knows how fucking long it takes for the city to issue permits. I hope they really show up for their citizens here and issue these permits immediately or as soon as possible for the people that do want to rebuild. And that's the sad thing, you know. It's like it's gonna take so long to get this back in order here. I think a lot of people are already thinking this. It just seems extremely suspicious, you know. And then I even saw someone on my Facebook posted a photo and video of some guy, like police officers arrested some guy that had a blowtorch and was trying to start fires. And it's like, okay, well, I really hope this wasn't like an arson thing. I hope I'm wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised, because it just doesn't make sense. Anyway, I hope we can recover from this. I know that this is a major wake-up call for California. If COVID wasn't enough, this is going to, you know, this is an insane start to 2025. I think this is a major wake-up call that we need to make changes, because I know everyone here in Los Angeles is really on the edge, and a lot of people have lost their homes, and it's just absolutely terrible. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, and stay safe.